And to heart, any ladies that are listening on the podcast, and I've got even my hands in the air here if you're watching me on TikTok live. I am 100% straight man, and I'm batting for every single 100% straight man in the world here. We have never ever in our lives wanted to go be experimenting with another dude. Okay? There's no such thing. Peter. Live feedback. So hey guys, we're back on the podcast and we are doing it again in front of a live audience on TikTok. We're going to get hopefully some live feedback here about a certain couple of matters. But today is all about dating. It is all about the dating world and jumping to conclusions. That's what we're starting off with today. I got in trouble yesterday. I was a bold boy yesterday. Very bold boy. I need my hand spanked, or my bum spanked. That's what I should get, I'd say. It's a poor girl. So anyway, I get a social media comment yesterday. And in fact, I think I talked about this in the podcast yesterday, but it was the aftermath. Okay, yeah, so sorry guys, it's the aftermath of this. So anyway, to give you an update. Girl emails me. She's got a boyfriend for, I think, 8 or 9 months. The guy turns around and says he wants to have an open relationship now and he wants to sleep with dudes. Now, paint the old picture in your own head, whatever you want to think there, guys. To me, because I've had this experience before, that I had an ex-girlfriend. She wanted to go to a sex club in France, and this is no bullshit here. She tried to convince me to do this, and about her hooking up with girls. Now, any guys here are like, "Oh, bro, what are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable." Yes, of course. As a man, it is a turn on. Of course, it fucking is. Okay, but I'm telling you now, if you're into a girl, really, really interested in a girl, the last thing you want is to be sharing her with a woman or a man or anybody. Because this girl was very, what would I say, standoffish anyway. So I was trying to get like a connection with this girl. Fucking hell. And I know this. You go have a threesome with somebody, either you or the other person, no matter how turned on you're going to be, someone's going to be fucked after it. Because they're going to be thinking, did Peter enjoy that more than he has sex? Did he enjoy her now more than he has sex with me? Or was it better? Because I see the way she was very into him. Or does he like her? I wonder now, will he want to do it again with her? I wonder. Or what if it's the other way around? Peter is in a spot of bother now because now he's thinking, Jesus, does she really want to be with me anymore? Seriously? Now guys, just to give you a note, I was only going out with this girl for about 3 months. 3 months! Like, this is your honeymoon period, as they call it. You know what I mean? 3 months is nothing. And all of a sudden, that conversation comes up, and she's trying to put pressure on me. Now, don't get me wrong. If I wasn't into her, I would have been all over it. All right? Not gonna lie here. I'm not fucking saying anything. Nope. Straight to the truth. If I was not into her and I kind of fancied her, yeah, grand, but didn't really give a fuck about her, it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. You'd still have those thoughts in your head, though. Jeez, yeah, she's not that into me, though, is she? Clearly not, like. So it's not going to make you feel great either. Hey, now, I get it too, right? It can be a turn on. It can be an actual, it can get you off, right? Plenty of people out there, and that's fine. Totally understand that. But it's the aftermath, man. So anyway, girl comes on yesterday and she's telling me about this. So I created a social media post yesterday about this. And I said, look, sorry to hear this, first of all. And I said, look, the thing is, I've been through this before. And I said, what's going on here is you're not good enough for him. And I said, I've been in this situation here where I was not good enough for her, my ex. Okay? And I said, what did I say? I said, look, maybe the guy's bisexual. Maybe. But I've got a sneaky suspicion because my ex turned out to be a lesbian, by the way. And she was just scared. She wouldn't do anything. So I've got experience in this scenario. So I've got a sneaky suspicion this guy is gay. But look, again, I'm not sure. Whatever I said, something like this. And that's fine, right? That was a social media post on TikTok. So then this woman comes on. Who the hell do you think you are? Oh my God. What the hell? Yeah, how dare you say that she's not good enough for him? She's better than him. Like, Jesus. And I did write a reply back here. And Eamon here is saying, Eamon, you're always in bother, Peter. I know, right? I'm always in bother. But you know what, guys? That's what I love about my podcast sometimes. I think it kind of helps me to, I don't know, heal over past trauma. We're all fucked up, let's be honest, right? We're all fucked up to a degree. And I like to help other people too. Helps me to learn about other stuff out there as well. You know? Like some people say, oh, you're that expert dude. No, I'm not an expert. I'm not no fucking expert on dating. I've just been around the block a lot and I'll speak very, very truthfully. Do you know? So anyway, back to my story here. Where was I? Oh yeah, so, you know, I see this every day, day in, day out, guys, that 80%, and guys, anybody on TikTok or the podcast right now, this is gospel. 80% of the problems I'm seeing in the dating world right here, right now, every single day, Monday to Friday, 80% is that people jump to conclusions. In other words, John texts Mary. John says something weird or not his same type of chat that he would have normally. And then Mary jumps to a conclusion. What the fuck did he mean by that? And all of a sudden it's festering in her brain and she says, oh, I don't want to, you know what, no, I don't want to cause a scene now. I'll leave it go. And then she tries to leave it go. And because she didn't address the scenario, she goes a little crazier now. And now she's thinking about it for the next time John says something weird. And guess what happens? She fucking explodes. Boom! Everybody can relate to this to some degree, right? I mean, I would consider myself, I hope to think I am, in reality, that I'm a straight talker and I'll say it straight out. Now, of course, you have to have a filter on with some people. I get that, and I do as well. All right? I do, because they'd fall out with you if you said boo to them. You know what I mean? We all know those type of people. So I know we do have to tread very lightly around some, which fucking sucks. But so I get it too, you know? I really do. But if you're going into a relationship with somebody, you can't be walking around on eggshells. There's too many people in everybody's life right now that are, you know, we do have the family member or your best friend or your business partner that you have to fucking tread around. And how frustrating, how annoying is that? Don't we have enough of these people in our life? Do you know what I mean? Like, Christ, man. And, you know, there's been people that haven't liked me. I wouldn't say they hated me, but there's been some people out there now. I can even see that since they've seen me on social media and my podcast, guys, they know that I get a bit of abuse every day, every now and then, right? Okay? I've been called every name under the sun. Yeah, whatever. I couldn't give a fuck. Okay? But people know that I've thick skin. But you see, the thing is, now they know they can be very comfortable around me, and actually they're more open with me now. They're more relaxed around me. Now, it doesn't mean that they really like me, no, but at least if they bump into me, they could say something and Peter's not going to fucking get offended. Now, if it was someone about a loved one, I'd be in their face about it. Fuck you, asshole, you know? But no, in general, if they say something about me, yeah, whatever. Yeah, go away, whatever. Yeah, who gives a shit? You know? This whole taking things off by offense. Who do you think you are? Do you really think that you're going to have people flocking around you and they've got all the respect in the world? No, they don't. They have zero respect for you if you are one of these people that gets offended by everything. You know? Like that girl who threw some abuse at me there yesterday. Now, guys, I'm bringing this up because, look, it bothered me. No, I get this every day. But the thing is, it was a good one to bring up on the podcast today. And I even took a note. I went, that's something good to bring up tomorrow on the podcast. Because again, it boils down to 80% of the problems I'm seeing is a classic case of this girl here thinking that I think this man is above her. Where the hell did she get that? You know, I understand that, she got the first part, right? That I said, you're not good enough for him. Now, I'm coming from his point of view. But I also said about my ex-girlfriend, that for my ex-girlfriend, I wasn't good enough for her. It's the fucking truth. That doesn't mean that Peter's not good enough or this girl is not good enough for him. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It just means that in their eyes, you're not good enough. And at the end of the day here, Jesus, it's exhausting. And at the end of the day, you have somebody that hears one half of a story and completely loses their mind. Like, I've been known to be a fair guy. Even my ex from 5 or 6 years ago said I'm the fairest guy in the world. I wouldn't go that far now, okay? But she knows I'm incredibly open-minded and I'll actually listen to you. I'll listen to, okay, well, hang on. What does she mean by that? Or what does he mean by that? And then I'll listen and go, well, hang on, well, what do you mean? Now, I'm a big believer, and I think this is a good, even if you want to call it strategy, guys, okay? I wouldn't call it strategy, but I think this is a good thing where if somebody's going to accuse you of something, or they're taking you wrong, verbally now, not physically, verbally back them into a corner and make them fucking work for what they're throwing at you. That's what I do, right? Now, it doesn't mean that you're right. It still could mean that they're wrong. And at the same time, you're getting to the truth. And there's been a couple of times where I've assumed something, but I go, well, hang on, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, John or whoever, right? I might be a bit annoyed, but I'm not going to lose my rag over it because I want to make sure, oh, hang on, am I just jumping now? I'm tired, I'm hungover, or whatever the fuck, you know? And then I'll go through the whole thing. And then, you know what? It's amazing. Do you know the people that are full of shit? That are just trying to accuse you of nothing? If you back them into a corner, verbally now, not physically. If you verbally back them into a corner, believe you me, you'll be amazed how fast they give up. They're like, oh, look, forget it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, wouldn't you think if they're that bothered by something, as long as you're not coming with their hand up to their fist here, do you know what I mean? Like, you're not confrontational. If you're coming to them respectfully and, okay, annoyed, but open about it. Well, if they're bothered by something in the first place, surely they want to sort it out with you, right? Surely they do, especially if they bring it up with you. So that's when you know that somebody's full of shit. If they back down instantly. As long as you're not being aggressive, I'm saying. As long as you're not being aggressive. Do you know? And, yeah, see, again, I love this. I don't even know where the conversation is going to go. But back to just TikTok here a second. Laura, it's true, he clearly wants to be with a guy. Yeah, we're speaking about your man. Absolutely. Absolutely. That guy 100% wants to be with guys. Okay? And I even said it in my podcast yesterday. Hand to heart, any ladies that are listening on the podcast, and I've got even my hands in the air here if you're watching me on TikTok Live. I am 100% straight man, and I'm batting for every single 100% straight man in the world here. We have never ever in our lives wanted to go be experimenting with another dude. Okay? There's no such thing. No such fucking thing. I have never once wanted to be with a guy. Not for 1 second of my life. Because I'm not into guys. So, my point is this. If you're into guys, and you're a guy, okay, I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying that there's no straight man out there that wants to hook up with a guy to experiment, man. That's horseshit, okay? Total horseshit. And if there's bisexuals out there, well then there's bisexuals, no big deal, who cares? If there's gay guys out there, well then get out of the closet, man. And get out of the closet, lady, if you are a lesbian. You know, it's these selfish people, man, that will stay in the closet. And yes, they might have had a bad upbringing and all that, yes. But aren't you old enough now to actually come out of the closet and actually be a grown-up, be an adult? Stop being selfish and hiding behind things. Do you know what I mean? And like, I can see this. Even I know this buddy of mine actually in Cork. Haven't seen him for a while now actually, and he's gay, and he's telling me some of the stories. But again, he tells me of the stories of the closet guys. You know, are the guy that wants to quote experiment with women with men, right? I even turned to him one day and I went, "Listen, dude, do you really believe that shit?" And he went, "What?" He looked at me shocked. Now, okay, this guy was in his 20s, right? So, I don't know. Maybe it is different for guys that age. I don't know. But I went, "Are you serious?" I went, you're looking at me shocked. You not see where I'm going with this conversation?" And he goes, "Hang on, what are you on about? What are you on about?" I went, "Lad, there's no man that's straight out there that wants to experiment with men." He went, "Really?" I went, "Really, you? Are you actually saying these words?" And like, this guy's 100% gay. How I was stunned when he said this. I don't know. Maybe some of these closet guy and girls, maybe they put on such a great show that they can convince you. Maybe. But you know, and then this guy, he knew a lot of guys that wanted to experiment with men, even though they've got girlfriends. And the girlfriends, of course, the poor girls, they didn't know what to fucking do. They're like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And like, I get it too, right? I get it. Like, if I had a girlfriend now, and if she came to me and said that she cheated on me, of course, I'd be devastated. You never want to hear it, right? But I think most men can agree on this one. And probably women here. I'd like to see what you think on this on TikTok. If your girlfriend came to you and said that she cheated on you with another woman, the pain isn't as much as if it was a man. Let's turn that around. If it was a woman and your boy came along and said he cheated on you, you'd be devastated, and you're like, "With who?" You're assuming it's going to be a woman, but then he said it's a man. Is the pain as bad? Do you know what I mean? Now, it's still fucking pain here. It's still pain because you're not enough for that person. You know? You're not enough for that person. And that's where the real pain is. Some people are saying here, Laura says, "I would be more hurt." Interesting, Laura. Can you tell me about that more? Another girl user says, "Yes." Yeah, fair enough. You're agreeing with me here. I mean, it is. It's the way it is. Then Orla comes in. "Cheating is cheating. It's the same. Doesn't matter gender." No, I 100% agree, Orla. 100% agree. I'm just saying, though, if I had a girlfriend right now, and then she came to me and said that she cheated on me at the weekend, right? My first reaction is going to be heart smashing to the floor in 1,000 trillion pieces, right? You know, devastated, okay? And then you're going to say, "Well, who was he?" And then she goes, "Well, actually, it wasn't a guy, it was a girl." Now, to me, I'm still going to be hurt. It's not going to mend my heart back together again. No, absolutely not. It's just not as a crueler blow than if it was a guy. Do you know what I mean? If you get me, and by the way, I'm not excusing anybody here that goes cheating. "Well, hey, I'll go cheat, so that'll be grand." No, because you're still breaking the person's heart. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know how I got onto this part of the conversation. Then the user comes in here, "Because the person doesn't have the integrity I thought they did, would hurt the same." Oh, okay. Well, hey, listen. Maybe, and that's why I put it out there. It certainly didn't hurt as much for me when it was my ex back in the day. Certainly didn't. It still hurt like hell. It just wasn't. It was 90% blow instead of 100%, or maybe even 95% blow instead of 100% blow. It just took a little bit of an edge off. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, maybe that's interesting to see what everybody else says. Orla, what gender is cheated on with? What gender is cheated on with? Can you explain that more? Karen, guys, we're just on the podcast here. We're checking out some of these TikTok comments. Karen says, "I'd feel sick if my partner cheated with a guy." Fair point. Fair point. I'd understand that. Sharon, "It does matter more. I had a client whose husband was gay. 20 years, she never knew." Oh my God, a lie 20 years. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Laura, "I would still feel betrayed, but to not know he had an interest in men without me knowing that." Yeah, you see, again, that's my point here as well, guys. It's the lie. It's the fact that they don't want to be with you. I am not taking anything away from the hurt. You're still going to feel it. You just rather having your girlfriend cheat on a woman than you. If you had to go there, that's what I'm saying. For a man, anyway. Jeez, if there's any guys on watching here, join in, lads, would you please? Orla, read my comment again before it. There's quite a few comments. Because the person is... I'm just keeping an eye... And cheating is cheating. It's the same. Doesn't matter gender. Of course! 100% agree. 100% agree. Cheating is cheating. Doesn't matter whether you're with them for 5 minutes. You just officially announced your boyfriend and girlfriend for the first time ever and you're 5 minutes in, they cheat. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter a damn. Doesn't matter a damn. But guys, I want to jump on to the next subject here. This woman here, Lizzo. Does anybody know this Lizzo? Fucking asshole over in America. The black rapper girl. She goes around, she's half naked all the fucking time in her G-string and thong. She's pathetic, man. She's pathetic. Unbelievable. She's going on now that she's the poor little victim in America. She feels, and she can't believe that everybody's taking the piss out of her for what she's doing in public. And she can't understand it, and she's even thinking of quitting. And all she wants to do is inspire people. Oh my God, inspire people. Yet this is the woman that goes around to NBA basketball games in America, stands in the first couple of rows on the front and starts twerking and shows her ass. Her ass is in, literally her ass cheeks are showing. So it's not that she's twerking with her jeans on. Her ass is visibly seen on fucking TV. There's kids everywhere. And I was watching this on Joy B Tunes even the other day. And this is why sometimes that show makes my blood boil, because it's hard to watch. And then I see about 3 seats away, this guy in his, I don't know, mid-60s, clapping, cheering her on. You see, this is the problem when it comes to celebrities sometimes. You know, people see the celebrity, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And all their morals go out the fucking window. I'm not saying everybody, by the way, but some people, you know. It's just insane. And this woman, she's twerking here, she's twerking there. And she's got some other videos where she's on a boat and she's screaming now. Like, yeah! And this other person's screaming with her. And again, she's twerking right up to the camera. She goes online and she eats. And she's just a bitch. And she gets on like the back of this golf cart one day with just this asshole. She shouts out something to people. She's unclassy, vile, and yet people are still following her. People are still following her. Like, why can't you just, if you do want to watch her online, okay, why don't you do it, right? Fuck it. But don't follow her. Don't follow her. You're encouraging people. I'd even say that to people following me, right? If you don't like me, if you think I'm a dickhead, but maybe sometimes I'm entertaining, well, you shouldn't follow me. I don't like that. I don't want that. And believe me, if I met you on the street, I would be under no illusions. If people said to me, oh, you know, I enjoy your show, and some people have said that, I still wouldn't believe it completely because I don't know if people actually mean it or not. It's hard to know. It genuinely is hard to know. I would say to anybody, if you don't like me, don't fucking follow me. I want to bring some value. I want to bring some substance, but accept these dickheads like Lizzo around the world. And then she wonders. You see, Joey B was going on about the other day that, you know, what's wrong with her? She's shocked. You see, I'd have to go disagree with him here. I think she actually knows exactly what's going on. She does the twerking. She's desperate, craving for the attention. Because I've studied the psychology part of this. She's craving the attention. She doesn't get it, and she'll do anything to get it. In other words, she'll go twerking. Then she goes twerking. She gets a little bit of attention. Then she goes home and she goes, oh man, what have I done? Oh no. Then she feels worse about herself. And now she's going into a spiral down. Now in the back of her head, she knows she doesn't deserve attention. So now she'll keep going with the twerking. She'll do it again and again and again and again because subconsciously she knows she's an asshole and she doesn't deserve it, and that's the only type of attention she does deserve. Do you know what I mean? It's like going out with the bad person, you know? Some people go, oh, why am I going out with this bad boy or the bad girl? You know, I've been there too, by the way. That's why I'm self-aware of this. We go out with them because we feel we don't deserve them. We don't deserve anything better. A lot of our attitude like that. And this Lizzo, man, woman annoys me. This guy, Eamon here, I'm always bothered. Eamon, you are right, man, if you are still watching. These people really do annoy me, and sometimes I don't have the energy to watch Joey B. Tunes because it's just too much. Because these people drive me insane. It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, back to TikTok. Sure, Pete, you mean Polo Sanchez? I'm sorry, I don't know what Polo Sanchez means, if that's a person or a terminology, I don't know. Sharon, it's the dominant hit with followers? Well, if she wants to inspire, she's got enough people. You see, like with your one Lizzo, she's got enough followers and she's still twerking. She doesn't need to. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's asking me, oh, the dopamine. Well, I think it's no, because she could go on to online and inspire people and actually get some nice comments. Do you know? So it's not about the respect. Oh, sorry, maybe we've got the same actually point here. Yeah, it's about the dopamine. It's not about she wants respect. If she really wanted respect, she wouldn't go twerking. She wouldn't have her ass hanging out on fucking videos. Makes sense. It makes complete sense. She doesn't want the respect because she feels she doesn't deserve it anyway. And, hey, I might as well get this cheap ass attention for 5 minutes. The dopamine. And bang. Off you go. Somebody's asking me, Orla, am I in Cork or Dublin? I'm actually based in Cork. And, oh yeah, and actually that was the last thing. Before we go here, guys, I don't know if this is becoming an epidemic around the world. Shopping carts. Shopping carts. Where I live here in Cork, guys, it's a place called Douglas. And it's a big enough area. It's a really nice place. And there's never trouble in Douglas. Never trouble in Douglas, which I love. And, sorry, somebody's saying shopping trolleys, or like, excuse me, yeah, not shopping carts, shopping trolleys, or whatever it is, both. You know what I mean. So, the last couple of weeks, I've noticed, there's these two, I don't know, junkie women, or homeless women, and they're walking along the road, the actual road where cars drive. Excuse me, sorry. And just before we get to Douglas Village, they're on the road with 2 shopping carts, and this is the thing. The 2 girls have 2 shopping carts each. They've got water bottles full to the brim in the shopping cart, and I'm talking about the big ones now, right? The ones that you wheel around in Tesco or Vons in America, Ralph's, whatever, right? Those big. And they are full up to the brim with water bottles. That's it. Water bottles. 1 or 2 blankets thrown on top. And they're just going down the road. And then all of a sudden, there was even a queue there yesterday morning, or yesterday when I left, coming back into Douglas Village, leaving the studio here, back into Douglas Village, there was a bit of a traffic jam. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because normally when I leave it, there should be nothing. Traffic jam, all of a sudden I'm moving around, cars moving around in front. This woman, she's literally moving the 2 trolleys down the road bit by bit. So she'll get the first one. Again now guys, she's on the side of the road here. She'll get the first one, walk down about 100 yards down the road, leave it there. She comes back for the next one, brings that down. Then she goes back up to the first. Same thing again, 100 meters down the road or yards. comes back for the second, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Then I leave for the studio this morning, and then I see this other woman. Now, she's not the same girls as the other two. This is another one now. She's in Douglas Village. She's hopping around, jumping around to kind of music where there's no music on. And she's just off her game. She's in cuckoo land on drugs. And she's got a shopping cart now. She's got a shopping cart. And guess what? It's full with water as well. And by the way, I've seen these other two. Like, I have them burned in my head because I'm just so blown away by what the fuck are they doing? And I'd even give it to the druggies or alcoholics out there, right? Okay, if the shopping cart was full of drugs or booze, well, alright, I'd understand that more to a degree, as in, hey, you know, they're on the way to some party or somewhere, but it's full of water. And just to make things worse, you can see inside the shopping carts, and there's plastic over the bottles of water. Do you know when you've got the crates of water and they haven't been opened, but there's the plastic covering over them? They have those. Jesus, man. Is there anybody else experiencing this in any other corner of the world, in Ireland or any other city in the world where if you're watching in any other city or country in the world, guys? Please tell me before we leave here. Maybe we can shed some light on this. Somebody's asking me, is there a protest in town today? Oh God. Hey Jason, I'm not sure, man. I hope there's not. But there is quite a few protests going on at the moment, isn't there? Oh, and hey, by the way, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. People are so upset for Palestine right now, aren't they? Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. They're so upset. Oh my God, they're bleeding hearts. Even though it's funny, I've seen protests here in Cork City. And by the way, my heart does go out to these people. Okay? It's terrible what's going on. But it's weird the way these protests go on. And they've got all their Palestine flags and they're shouting from the rooftop, oh, la, la, la. But yet, there's a video camera on them recording the whole thing. Kind of weird, isn't it? So you're putting it on social media after this, guys, I presume, right? Share it to all your family and friends, show how amazing you are. Is that what the way it is? Or why don't you do this? Why don't you jump into a plane and serve over there? Help people, go into a hospital and work for free, volunteer. Where's your bleeding heart for them? Where's your bleeding heart for them? What it's called is you're full of shit. That's what you are. You're just looking for a little bit of attention and something to do on a Saturday afternoon and get some attention and look at me, everybody, and how wonderful you are. Do you know how insulting that is to the Palestine people? These people are suffering. I mean, I'm not going on social media, right? I know this is a live and I'm just mentioning this because of all this shit, the hypocrites out there. But I'm not going to put up a Palestine flag on my social media, all right? I'm not going to be looking for views and likes and attention for this. Because it is a tragic scenario. Some fucking assholes out there, boy. Some assholes, man. God. Nicholas on TikTok. Same happens with the Ukraine. Oh, I know. And yeah, you will see that on Joey B Tunes. He actually does one on the Ukraine. So upset people. Yeah, and yet they're half naked in a photo. My heart goes out to them. Such inspiring people. Such love. Of course you do. Well, I presume these are the people that are actually jumping on the next plane over to volunteer work for free in hospitals, right? To help them. I presume, right? Yeah, of course they would. But even though they didn't put up their selfies of that one, though. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. Unfucking believable. Can you imagine being one of those people in Palestine and the Ukraine and seeing this shit unfold all around the world? You know? Seeing this half-naked woman or guy just Johnny Bravo and showing off his muscles, but yet my heart bleeds for Ukraine. Can you imagine how insulting that is to these people? Jesus. Eddie here jumps in. Always laugh how I see Ireland for the Irish triggers the Palestine for the Palestinians crowd. Yeah, good point, Eddie. Good point. Unbelievable, isn't it? And let's see, I've raised over 15k for Ukraine. Don't advertise it. For more like Speedy. Hey, Mr. Walsh from another Walsh. How are you, Mr. Walsh? You've got the greatest name, by the way, in the world. Sorry, guys, you know, it is. Mr. Walsh is the greatest name on the planet. I'm sorry. Look, if you're not a Walsh, well, you know, what are you going to do? Like, we're all trying, here's somebody on TikTok, like, all we're trying to do is protect our own country. No, we're not. Like, what are we all doing for our own country here? You know? Seriously. Seriously. What do we do? None of us do anything. We bitch about the government, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, and by the way, I'm including myself here. I've had a bitch at the government. Fucking government, boy, you know, fucking this and fucking... But then all of a sudden then, when things like coronavirus happen, they're giving us the 350 euros, like, oh, fucking hey, good man, government. You know? Like, even I can be a hypocrite. Do you know what I mean? We can all be hypocrites to a degree, like. We just have to be aware that we can be and just shut our mouths. Do you know what I mean? Including me, by the way. Including me. I'm not having a go with anybody. Or I can't go over to the Ukraine due to family circumstances. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. And yeah, anyway, the Palestine thing. Oh my God. These fucking assholes, man. Christ alive. And then they've got the megaphone speaker out. They're shouting, "We don't want this, we don't want this." And actually, I remember I was even in a bar here in town recently. What was it? Was it Paddy's weekend? It was Paddy's weekend. And I went into a bar and we actually went out early that day. And about 1 o'clock that afternoon, quiet bar now. This guy drunk off his ass, Irish guy, and he's complaining that the bar doesn't have a Palestine flag up. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Jesus. But, hey. Sandra is here on TikTok. I served in the military and I vote. I feel like I have the right to speak. Fair enough, Sandra. No one's arguing with you there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amy, maybe protect was the wrong word. What I mean is standing up for our country. It triggers so many. Okay. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. And Amy, I was agreeing with Eddie. Irish standing up against the illegal immigration problem in Ireland. I agree with you, like, I'm for Palestine, but people are too mean generally to politicians, I think. Yeah. Yeah, poor old Leo Varadkar, huh? Good God, what the hell happened to that guy? I don't even know the whole story, guys, so by the way, I'm not saying poor old him as in I stand up for him. I don't even know, and do you know what? I don't even want to know, and I don't give a shit, to be honest. I'm 100% Irish. I don't give a fuck about what's going on in the background because they're all full of shit, a lot of them, these guys, and they'll do what they want anyway. So, you can argue with me there or not. Cool. Fair enough. I just don't know enough, so I wouldn't get involved in that stuff, even though here I am giving my 2B. All right, guys and girls, I'm gonna stay on TikTok here, guys, with you, but I'm gonna wrap up the podcast here. So, guys, anybody listening to the podcast, thanks for listening, and we will be back, of course, with more dating, more general chit chat, motor racing, of course, and the motor racing, guys. We have every Monday and Friday, we're talking about Netflix Drive to Survive. We break down each episode, and I'm giving you the breakdown bit by bit from a racing driver's point of view, calling bullshit on certain scenarios, telling you how accurate certain things are, what a racing driver goes through, what a team engineer, mechanic goes through in certain scenarios. So we do that every Monday and Friday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is dating. If it's a Formula 1 Grand Prix weekend, I'm doing a preview of the Formula 1 Grand Prix weekend. So in other words, China is the next one, which is this week coming, by the time you hear this recording. So in other words, for China, on the Friday of the Grand Prix, I'll have my highlights, episode out. And then on the Monday after the Grand Prix, I'll have the highlights. So thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Peter. Walsh.